Okay, welcome back to the stream. 24 hours after an absolute disaster. Um, Let me just get the pre-game up. Welcome back to Nets versus Rockets. And this game, well, this is an interesting game because the narrative of, well, our picks being owned by Houston, um, Udoka also potentially could have coached us. He's on that team as well. So a lot of stuff we could have still had, um, is on the opposition we're playing today. Dennis Smith, as you can see on the right hand side of your screen, is out. So our defense was already cooked. It's going to be cooked even more so without Dennis. Uh, um, yeah, just being able to play. So those who have tuned in, welcome. Those who are filing in now, we're in a really tough patch right now. 2 wins, 9 losses in the last 11 games. Out of those 11 losses as well, this is a very worrying stat. Let's have a look. Where is it? Outside of the two Pistons games, obviously lost 9, by an average of 15 or more points. At the start of the season, the discussion was we were losing games, but that was off the back of us not having a closer, and we couldn't close the games out because we didn't have the class, we didn't have the players with the ability to break defenses down in the half court. Now the problem is now we can't play with pace at all whatsoever. And in the half court we just do not know what we're doing. Defensively, the work rate, the effort's been absolutely rubbish if we're going to be completely honest. So that is a great reason for concern because that is a fundamental of the game, and once you rid yourself of defense, well, you're screwed. You're screwed. Yeah, it really is one of these games today where you go in and you're like, well, is there any realistic hope for this team at the moment? Because nothing has changed in essence. We have the same coach who's probably going to employ the same scheme and employ the same rotational adjustments. And so I shouldn't be one bit surprised that we're probably going into this game with a high probability of us losing. So yeah, it's a tough watch right now, and a lot of people, like, they can't cope with it either. They've given up, or they've basically checked out already until there's some mass change, which I cannot foresee happening in the very near future. So yeah, look, I think the keys of the game today are the keys like every other bloody game. Force turnovers, doing that a little bit better the last couple of games. Got to defend better. Higher intensity has to be, well, it is required. And then on top of that, offensively, cannot afford to be playing things in the half court. And I think it'll help if we can actually score off some of those turnovers we create, because we are not clinical enough when we get given that opportunity to score. So, yeah, it's a pretty grave. Like, we're in grave danger of losing another game and going on a really big skid because there are some tough games ahead as well. We do have a week off, which is there because of the Paris game, of course. That means that there has to be a little bit of leeway allowed for travel and acclimatization and all that sort of stuff, because there's a fair bit of jet lag that can come with going from the US to France. So, yeah. Those in chat right now, make sure to put your predictions in, and also just say hello. How are you all doing? What are your thoughts and expectations going into this one? Is it as simple as saying we just need to be in the game and we'll take it from there, or is it do you take nothing less than a win? You know? Because right now, we just need to resemble a basketball team again because we just don't look anything of the sort, of that nature. It's dire. It's really dire. And it's like we've got these players that theoretically should be one of the best defensive teams in the league, and here we are fucking allowing wide open jump shots for no reason. Like, surely there's been some accountability in the locker room. Because if there is nothing that should wake this team up more than conceding as many points as they did early in the game and also scoring 34 points in a half. That first half the other day was embarrassing. There's just no way we do that again. Surely not. Surely you don't let that shit happen. Surely the coaching staff contributes to that as well. They have their input, but I hope there was like a... We've seen this before with Nets squads in the past. It was the notorious fun squad in the 2018-19 season that originally started that season off incredibly poorly. 18 losses from the first 26. And then there was a turnaround game against Toronto where we won close, and from then on things turned around, and for the better. We won 18 of 23. Went on an 8-game win streak as well, I think. So, you know, it's one of those things where I think accountability is the number one thing for me. I think a lot of people will put it down to a number of other things, but accountability is the number one thing. The coach has got to take accountability for being shit. The players have got to take accountability for not bringing the correct intensity required for NBA level. And ultimately, like, without accountability, you're just going to continue to repeat the same shit. You're not... If you avoid the hard conversation, well, then you're not going to go anywhere. For sure. So, if there weren't any hard conversations being had, well, there's going to be some severe issues. Some really severe issues. Yeah, we're just going to be witnessing the same shit until someone does something about it. Being there through the good and the bad, that's the commitment. How was JV's presser yesterday? A lot of people would say it was ignorant because he did not take accountability. He actually said players needed to dive on the floor more, which was basically saying that we did not match the energy reminiscent of an NBA team, which is a pretty bold claim to make when you can't even get the fundamentals right. You can fucking dive for loose balls as much as you want, but you can't make shots, you can't play defense. What the fuck's the point? It doesn't come down to that sort of stuff. If you dive for a loose ball, more often than not, we'll grab it and then lose it and then give away a wide open three because we can't rake in. Like, on numerous occasions this season, we just have always fallen short. We've gotten like 50% of the steal and then just fuck it up at the very end. Like, we'll collect it with two hands, but then just lose it as we collect it. So yeah, that'd go miles if we could actually turn some of those 75%ers into 100%ers. The Nets go in with the same starting five, and that is still the Pelicans lineup because I couldn't find the Rockets one. But it is Jalen Green, Sengun, Jayshawn Tate, who the fuck else? Van Vleet and Jabari Smith Jr. I am not excited because I can already sense the Van Vleet is going to go off for like 35 points on 11 of 18 shooting. Bookmark that because I reckon it will happen. Alrighty. First quarter. Getting ready to commence. Okay. Lock in. Alright. So Nets Rockets. They've got two 6'11" players and then they've got no one taller than 6'6". So Jayshawn Tate's a pretty good player, even though he's only 6'5". is the same height as Dinwiddie, but he's about 15,000 times better on defense than Spencer is. We're actually 2-10, should I say? Not 2-9. We're 2-10. All right, we play the Thunder next as well, so things don't get any easier after today. So the last time we played this mob, we did beat them on their stomping ground. So we've got to get the dub. Please, Rockets win the tip. We're underway, and God forbid, if this is another 48 minutes of pain, I cannot go through this. Green the drive, and he blew the layup, and Clax will bring it up. Bridges, Finney Smith moves into a three. That's off. Claxton gets the board, takes a dribble, and scores the reverse jam, and we're underway. 2-0 Nets. That's a good start. Clax the offensive board and the make, so that's an open three. Smith misses the rebound by Claxton, and our Dinwiddie will facilitate. So let's get off to a good early start. We feed Claxton under the basket. He's got Green on him, and he scores again, and it's 4-0. And Clax already, I believe, has the same amount of points he scored in the entire game last time. Van Vleet picked up by Bridges. Sengun. Van Vleet the drive. The kick out to Sengun. Van Vleet in the corner. He's got Clax on him. Back out to Sengun. The drive, the kick out, Van Vleet the three, and that's good. They are going to target the three all day long. They just sense that we suck on perimeter defense, and I don't know why. And even that closeout by Mikal was very half-assed. Dinwiddie the drive, the kick out to Finney Smith, who shoots a mid-range, and he nearly fucking airballed it. Sengun the rebound. Jalen Green will get it to Van Vleet, and they will get into a set. The drive. He's going to bounce past it to Jabari Smith, who shoots over the top and misses the rebound by CJ, and he will get it by half court. Use the dough screen. Finney Smith on the outside. Will drive and kick it out to Johnson again. The pump fake. Gets into the paint. The kick out to Dinwiddie, who will pass it back out to Johnson again. Drive. Layup. And he gets the bounce off the rim. The kind roll. It's 6-3. And offensively, it's fair to say we've started off better. And I think it's partially because the Rockets have started with a few misses, which is something we couldn't say early on last game. So Van Vleet on the perimeter. Pass to Smith. Drive. Shot over Claxton. And he hits. 6-5. Nets. So Dinwiddie to Bridges. Back out to Finney Smith. To the corner for Johnson. He'll get into the mid-range. Back out to Finney Smith. He'll drive. Extra feed. Claxton was shoved under the basket, and I believe it will be Van Vleet. So good to see we're getting Clax some early touches. And, well, they're a much smaller team than some teams we encounter. So there may be an opportunity for Clax to tower over and take advantage, but he hasn't done that nearly enough. Nearly as consistently as he should in his contract here. So Bridges will drive, pick up his dribble, back out to Finney Smith, the open look, and he misses. And, well, Doe was awful from the outside, and yeah, not on the other day, yesterday. That's a turnover. Bridges behind the back cannot fuck it up. Claxton lost the ball, picked it up, out to Johnson. Back to Bridges, top of the key. Yes. And, well, can't imagine that was how we would have wanted to bring it up, having gotten a steal, but we were able to score anyway. We're 4 of 7 early on to the Rockets, 2 of 5 from the field, and Sengun draws the foul before the drive. So Claxton will pick up his first. Nets up early, which is a good sign because we did not start nearly this well previously. Intensity doesn't look half bad, but we're only 3.5 minutes in. Long way to go. Green on the outside. He's going to pass it out to Van Vleet to the corner for Smith. Good rotation. Bounce pass. Sengun doesn't shoot. He kicks it out to Green, who puts one up and hits. I would be a millionaire if I got a dime every time we played defense for 22 seconds. Finney Smith tried to pass it to Claxton. They were looking for him, but the Rockets were able to anticipate that one. And the Rockets, who have not held a lead yet in this game, can take the lead here. Vleet looks for Sengun, who is doubled by Finney Smith. Had it knocked away. Still got through. That's ridiculous. That is just ridiculous. How did two net defenders allow that? Bridges was left alone for 3 after a bit of miscommunication on the screen action, but it didn't matter because Bridges blew the 3, and now Jae'Sean Tate will look for Jabari Smith in the post. He's going to do the turnaround baseline, Jay, and that is short. It's good defense by Bridges, the rebound by Claxton, and now Dinwiddie can give us the lead back through his work. To the corner for Finney Smith, who pulls the trigger again, and he has not been shy, and he's already missed 3 threes. Vleet. Drive. Bounce pass to Sengun at the elbow. He's going to shoot on one leg and hit that as well. That was far too easy, bro. You've got to actually put the hand in the face, bro. He's just taken the piss with that jump shot. Dinwiddie. Johnson on the wraparound. Finney Smith is open again. Bro, he fucking airballed the 3, man. Are you kidding me, bro? Sengun Smith. Green is open. And very, very lucky to not give away that 3 because that was wide open by a mile. Dinwiddie. Out to Finney Smith. Gonna drive the layup, and he finally realizes that he can actually drive it. So his first bucket comes from the inside after taking 4 outside shots and being god-awful on all 4 attempts. Not even coming close. So 12-11 Houston. Green on the perimeter. Dinwiddie, man, what are you doing? Another 3 is off, though, by Jalen Green as that rattles out. So Dinwiddie will drive. Layup. Too easy. He wanted a whistle. He's not going to get it. I did think he got hit on the off arm, but Spencer's got to attack those because I don't know if Jalen Green is a net positive on defense. Sengun's open for 3. That's far too open, but they miss it, and that has to be a foul on Jae'Sean Tate, and it's a loose ball foul. 5:20 to play in the first quarter, and it's fair to say that offense hasn't really been a staple of this game to start things off. It is 13-12, and it's not a bad start for the Nets. Far better than the other day where I was already disengaged at quarter time. So the box score, we'll give this a cheeky look right now. Refresh, there we go. So far to start, it's a good sign that all 5 Nets have scored at the moment. And, well, Spencer Dinwiddie has scored and assisted 3 times. We have not had, well, we've had 1 turnover, but the only bad thing that I could possibly say about this start is that Dorian Finney-Smith has taken 6 of our 12 shots and only made 1. We would be leading by far more if we could actually, well, if he could hit those 3s. And equally, if we could actually, you know, find another way to score the ball aside from seeing Finney Smith wide open and passing it to him. I guess you have to pass it to him and he's got to keep on firing, but he's got to look to get the corner 3s instead of those ones above the break at the arch because he's a lower percentage from there. Like, you can see all the 3s where we've missed them and there's only been 1 in the corner. So was that even him? It was. So he's only missed 1 corner 3. The Rockets have had a lot of above the break 3s and they have not made them yet, but we're giving them those opportunities, which isn't a great sign, for sure. But the Rockets have gotten 4 from Sengun, they're not shooting it nearly as well as they would like, and they haven't been to the free throw line yet. So, would you put this down to the Nets playing good defense or the Rockets just taking some bad shots? A mixture of both, I would say. Is Dillon Brooks... No, Dillon Brooks is out. So, Brooks is out, Tari Eason is out, and Oladipo is out. So, they've only really got Thompson, Whitmore, Bullock, Jeff Green, Nets legend, Aaron Holiday, Jock Landale. So, a lot of bigger players. All right. All right. So Lonnie Walker may be back for the next game. If you are enjoying this one, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new as well. We'll be back for that Thunder game. So hopefully a little bit more scoring punch off the bench with Lonnie back in business, hopefully. Those in chat, welcome to the stream. Hopefully we see Jalen Wilson. Well, yeah, I want to see Wilson because in his limited minutes, he was superb. Even though it was more garbage time minutes that didn't really mean much. You've got to have the mentality, the right one, irrespective of what time of the game it is. Johnson, Finney Smith will drive on Sengun. He got rid of him and he scored for 2. And, I mean, is Sengun going to be able to match up with Doe's physicality? I'm not so sure. So maybe we have to exploit that a little bit. Sengun's going to get it in the post. He's got Claxton on him. Defenders starting to collapse. We need good rotation across, and the rotation's good. Take the drive and spin. The kick out, Van Vleet's open. Who the fuck lost him, bro? Spencer Dinwiddie every fucking time, bro. Every time. Did so well yet again for 22 seconds of that possession. Finney Smith pulls the trigger this time and finally knocks one down. And if they're going to allow it, you've got to hit it. And Doe scores his first 3 of the game. Van Vleet, yet again. Spencer fucking Dinwiddie. Typical. Bridges. Finney Smith is open again. He's going to go again. He's going to miss it, but Clax knew he did. Kicks it out. Finney Smith will go again, and he misses again. How many threes are you going to let him take before you just tell him to drive it, bro? Knocked away by Finney Smith. Good defense, and Sengun doesn't get the bounce. And Dinwiddie will push. Johnson down the middle. Bridges in the corner for 3. Oh, that rattles out as well. Decent look. Van Vleet the drive. It was knocked away by Dinwiddie. Better defense there by him because he's had some pretty forgettable possessions on that side of the ball. Bridges. 3 minutes to play in the first. Finney Smith to Dinwiddie. Please drive it. You got Sengun on you. Instead, he shoots the 3 and he misses. But Claxton is there for the tip-in. And with Sengun on the outside, there was no one to box out Claxton. So he's been quite assertive in this first quarter, which is good. Which also signals that maybe Day'Ron Sharpe could be in for a big game here. Jalen Green to Sengun. Back out to Green. That 3 is off. And the rebound by Claxton. Clax already has 10 boards. Dinwiddie the layup. He missed it. Trash. Green the drive. Got Johnson on him. He knocked it away. And he saved it. But he thought... Well, he thought he saved it. But it's on the sideline. His foot was on the sideline. It's going to be a timeout. But a good bit of play by Johnson to stop the fast break chance. Claxton, ladies and gentlemen, has 10 rebounds already. 10 rebounds and 6 points without a miss for Claxton. 3 offensive boards. He's got all our rebounds bar 1 in the first. 10 rebounds, dude, in 9 minutes. This is the issue, though. Finney Smith, you absolute terrorist. 10 shots. You've taken half our shots. You've made 1 of 7 from 3. That is the reason we are shooting so poorly at the moment. Well, from three, and it's just anchoring down our actual good bit of work on offense. Every shot inside the arc has nearly gone in. Clax has scored nearly all his buckets from offensive putbacks. And look, it's been a pretty decent start. Only the one turnover, more steals and blocks than the turnovers. The Rockets, though, have had 4 threes already. The issue is Van Vleet making all 3 of his makes from the outside, so surely that's an indicator that you actually wake up and play a bit of perimeter defense. We're lucky Jalen Green and Jabari Smith have not shot the ball well early. That has been relieving for us, and Sengun has also not been his usual dominant self. They aren't shooting it great from the field, but as we know, the 3-point shooting is always bound to get a boost when you play us. So yeah, that is the reason that they are, only 2 points behind now. They have taken only 2 less shots and made 2 less. So that is why they trail. But the 3-point is really helping him early. Claxton, bro, he could be on track for a 20-40 game. At this rate, he's got 10 boards. So if he's got 10 boards, then Dayron's going to end with fucking 40 boards. Do you have any idea of what is happening to Doe because he always makes those shots? I can't say anything aside from it's just a mental thing, and it's just like sometimes the shot doesn't fall. I mean, granted, if we were playing any opposition ever and allowed open shots like that, which we have for basically, all the games in recent memory, they're knocking those threes down. So the fact that we can't even hit wide open looks like that is just, that is the epitome of everything going wrong with our team at the moment. But yet we still lead with Finney Smith taking 10 shots. I don't think he's ever taken 10 shots in a quarter, aside from maybe one of those playoff games where he was scorching hot. Thompson is in as the point guard. Bridges knocked it out of play, and he read that Van Vleet pass. Also into the game is Aaron Holiday. Jalen Wilson, early minutes. Thank you very much. Cam Thomas is also in. Who's at the 5? Jeff Green. He's got a haircut. I think Cam Whitmore's also in. Van Vleet hits another, and he has not missed yet. He's got half of their points. I literally said this before the game. He's banked in for 33 points on 11 of 18 shooting. I said this pre-game. Wilson to Thomas. He'll drive on Jeff Green, who stays with. Pass. Bridges. 3 to shoot. Gets one up. It's off. And the rebound by Van Vleet. Gonna drive. Thompson under the basket. He's got Cam Thomas on him. We have no one in the paint. It's out to Jeff Green, who sends it back out to Van Vleet and doesn't even think about the 3. Van Vleet the drive. And it's an offensive foul. Well done by Dayron, who kept in front, and Van Vleet was able to, somehow plow him over. Yeah, that's a push-off. Clear push-off. So good play by Dayron. 20 apiece as we enter the final 90 seconds of this first quarter. 2 personals for Van Vleet, and that is important. An important figure because Van Vleet has been responsible for a huge amount of their offense early. Thomas on Green will drive, pull up in the mid-range, and he hits back iron. Please get the rebound. You had 4 players closer to the ball, and none of you went for it. You just waited. Whitmore for 3. That's good. Can already sense he's going to go off for 25 or some bullshit off the bench. O'Neal, early offense, 1 and done. That is just terrible shot selection. Terrible shot selection. Thompson got Bridges out of the way, and then Dayron fouled him for no bloody reason. It's going to be 2 shots. So, another start where Bridges and Thomas just do not have it. I think we're playing Wilson too much off ball. This guy can actually take it to the cup, and we're just not using him. What the fuck is the O'Neal 3, bro? Jabari Smith back in. To the bench is Van Vleet. He's nearly played the entire first quarter, so he'll go to the bench on 2 personals. So Thompson misses the first. And the second is also off. O'Neal with the rebound. So Bridges will bring it forward. Thomas. Out to O'Neal. Dayron. Top of the key. Pass to Thomas. Bridges. Gonna drive. Gets into the paint. Kick out. Oh my god. Are you kidding me, Mikal? Seriously? What even was that pass? The kick out was right, but he was under that much internal pressure that he just couldn't fling out the pass cleanly enough. Seriously, does my head in. Does my head in, bro. 2 turnovers. Aaron Holiday. There's a 6-second difference between shot and game, so Holiday will hold for 1. Screen set. Over the shoulder to Green, who pulls the trigger and hits. So Jeff Green takes 1 3 and hits, and we've got O'Neal and Finney Smith taking about 8, and they also hit the same amount. Oh my god, Mikal is so lucky he didn't turn it over, because that handle looked so dodgy. So a 6-point lead early on for the Rockets. In a quarter where I don't actually think we've been incredibly awful, but the Rockets have gone on an 8-0 run in the last couple of minutes where we have not scored. And it's because we've been taking some of the most hideous sort of shots. No two ways about it. So Thomas to inbound. Bridges with 9 seconds to make something of this possession. Going to pass to O'Neal. The drive. He puts one up, and the nice soft touch with 0.1, and that'll be quarter time. 26-22 the score, the first change. And it wasn't an awful quarter by our standards, but we still trail nonetheless. Let's have a look at the box score, and you can see Finney Smith has taken the most shots. The next best is 6 less. Mikal Bridges has taken 4, and he's only hit 1 3-pointer, so he's been a little bit ropes. Yeah. Clax has got 10 rebounds and 6 points already, which is just unprecedented numbers. I didn't think he was capable of that, and unfortunately not really any bench scoring thus far. Those 3-point percentages, I don't actually look into that too much because Finney Smith accounts for more than half of those, but he really should have been hitting those sort of shots. We are only shooting 42% overall. It would be great if we could just drive it into the paint a little bit more. Cam Thomas is missing a couple mid-ranges that he would usually hit at will. But yeah, that's us. And for the Rockets, well, the reason they lead is probably off the back of those 6 3-pointers. They have not made a free throw, but those 6 threes yet again made at a high clip is the biggest issue. They're shooting it quite well. Van Vleet is the high man, the clear high man with 11, but they've also had a couple of threes off the bench as well, and that is largely responsible for why they lead at this stage. Like on the inside, haven't been too bad defensively, 4 of 10, and we've kept them off the free throw line, but outside of that, I mean, the 3-point shooting continues to be a fucking like atrocity from our standards defensively. Like, we cannot defend the threes, and they keep hitting them. Yet again, shooting ourselves in the damn foot. We see this every single bloody game. Thoughts on JV? If I speak, I will be in trouble. Because, my goodness. If continuously conceding threes at these percentages are not an indictment on the coaching staff and their defensive schemes, I don't know what is, because this team defensively should not be this rubbish. Yet again, 18 points from the Rockets in that first quarter come from 3-pointers. And sure, you can do well on the inside, but seriously, on the perimeter, like, come on, bro. It just cancels out all the good work. Dayron tried a Euro step on Reggie Bullock and somehow couldn't get it done. Watford is in the game early, so we're seeing players play minutes that did not get time in that Pelicans loss. So a few rotational adjustments, so it seems at least. Oh my god, O'Neal got crossed. Fucking hell, might as well go home with the direction he was running in, because that was embarrassing, bro. O'Neal to Thomas. Dayron gets fed under the basket. He's got Thompson on him, and he scores for 2. So if the Rockets are going to play small ball, and they're going to have Jeff Green as their 5, best believe Dayron's going to cook. We've got 18 points in the paint to 4. Holiday under the basket. Knocked away by Dayron, who read it. And he just... What is he thinking, bro? You had Cam Thomas, easy pass, in the half court. That Whitmore layup is off. What was Dayron thinking there? That was a brain fade of epic proportion. Thomas, corner 3 for O'Neal is wide open, and he hits the 3. Finally, we actually hit a shot we need to hit. And O'Neal makes his first 3. He shot it abysmally. 1 of 7 the other day. And it's fair to say that the jitters from the outside have transferred over into this one. We're 3 of 13. Thompson, the drive, he'll pull up for 2 in the mid-range and he'll hit. And we didn't even put a hand in the face. That's what happens when you play drop coverage. Watford. Johnson. Back to Watford. He's going to drive on Bullock. The pass to Dayron. And that's another easy layup. They've got no size on the inside. And Dayron's just going to keep cooking. And we've got to keep feeding because, bro, the points in the paint have been through the roof early. Thompson. Pass. Green. Gonna drive. Gets one up. That's good defense. You live with those. That's a good rotation across by Watford. On the switch. We saw the difference. Johnson pulls up for 3. That is a heat check. Why would you even bother? Why would you even do that, man? It's such a brain-dead decision to shoot that early in the shot clock when we've got Dayron under the basket absolutely cooking. You make the right pass. You don't do that stupid bullshit of pulling up for 3 with 17 seconds left on the clock. It's so dumb. It's just... And we've got like 22 points in the paint. O'Neal knocks it away and gets the steal. Dunk! And it's tied at 31. So O'Neal has been actually pretty good today. And I think, like, he's been one of our better players in this recent run. He gets another steal. 4 on 1 fast break. He's passed it to Dayron. We nearly fucked it up. O'Neal got it back and we're getting a timeout. That was the most disgusting fast break possession that somehow resulted in something good, which I don't think I've been able to say enough this season. O'Neal with 2 consecutive steals on 2 consecutive possessions. And, well, on this one, I don't know what O'Neal was thinking with the pass. Jeff Green had sagged off to Dayron. He's passed it to Dayron. If anything, Dayron was being well used as a decoy, and Royce should have taken it all the way in one motion. But we lead 33-31. And, well, it's fair to say that since the Rockets players went to the bench, the starters went to the bench, we're starting to cook. Van Vleet, high man with 11, but no one else has got more than 4. The Rockets are shooting exceptionally well. But it's fair to say when they get on the interior, they're not having that much success because no free throws to their name. And also, they are 5 of 13 inside the line, which is the 3-point line, which is pretty good. The Nets have seen 10 shots from Finney Smith, but amazingly, Royce O'Neal off the bench in 5 minutes has the most points of any net today. He's shooting, well, he's made the most field goals of any net today, and he's got the most steals of any net today. We've had 31 shots already, so that is 6 more than the opposition. We've had 11 dimes already, although we haven't had any free throws, which is sort of amazing given the amount of paint points we've already had. Dayron Sharp also has 4, but Claxton has 6 points and 10 rebounds, and he's only played 9 minutes. So great news for my fantasy team. yeah, that is the situation at this current stage. So fair to play with, or fair to say we're playing with a far better intensity than what we were the other night, because fucking hell, that was dire that other day. So this start is all good and well, but if things swing, I'm not too sure if I have optimism that we can get back into it. The key is that we don't slump. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well if you are new. We will be back for Nets Thunder in a couple of days' time, so that may be the game we see Lonnie Walker return, that's a huge addition, because he's averaging, well, like 15 points on really good efficiency this year, and he was the spark plug more often than not off the bench, had a few 20-point games in a row, scored in double figures for like the first 10 or 15 games of the regular season. So he was a huge part of why we were able to get off to such a good start. But we've gotten off to a really good start in this second quarter. 11-5 advantage. Bullock shoots in the mid-range and misses, and Dayron gets the board. Cam Thomas will facilitate. So it's an 11-2 run, actually. O'Neal is feeling it, and that is a heat check of epic proportion, but Watford gets the board. Johnson had an open three, passed it up, kick out to O'Neal, pump fake, skip pass, Watford got a drive, 3 to shoot, gets one up, and bro, CJ had to pull the trigger on the 3 that was wide open. He shoots contested pull-ups with 17 to shoot, but when he had an open look, he fucking passed it up. Green is going to isolate himself. He had Thomas on him. Sengun was hit with the right hand of Dayron Sharp. It's going to be 2 shots for Sengun. It's a little bit of a cheesy foul. So Sengun at the line for only their second trip. The Rockets have not made a free throw, and neither of the Nets, because we have not been there. So Nets up 2. Sengun can tie it with 2 makes. And he's a pretty good free throw shooter, so first free throw is good, and he gets it down to 1. Damn, there's so many former Nets coaching staff on the Rockets. Royal Ivy, Ime Udoka, Tiago Splitter I saw on the bench as well. Sengun misses the second, so he can't tie the game up. Really happy we're seeing these Watford minutes, because we needed to try something different with the backup guard minutes. And I mean, Dennis Smith is out, so sort of is explained. Cam Thomas just threw it away. Jeff Green, the drive. Euro. Oh my God. Dayron's no fucking shot. You've just committed a goaltend. Have a look. It's free throws. It's not a goaltend. Very, very lucky. Very, very lucky, Dayron, that you didn't concede the goaltend, because he was awfully late on the rotation across as the help defender. Jeff Green will shoot 2 and make the first free throw. So obviously Jeff Green, he had that one really good game for the Nets in I reckon it was game 5 of the semi-finals with Kevin Durant and the crew, when KD had that 49-point triple-double. I'll never forget it. Never, ever forget it. So Jeff Green's second free throw is good. The Rockets have the lead back. So I would like to see some off-ball work done for Cam Thomas here, because I like Watford facilitating. He faked the handoff and then was able to score as he contorted the body on the drive. I love those faked handoffs by Trendon Watford. It's a sight to see. 26 paint points for the Nets. So absolutely killing him in that regard. Bullock is short on the 3. Get the board. Get the board. Watford is able to secure with that assured set of hands. Thomas on the perimeter. He has not scored yet. He's going to drive on Green. Step back 2. That's off. Dayron. Oh my god, it's in dispute, and Van Vleet somehow ends up with it. Cam just cannot score. There's a lid on the basket for him. Pretty convinced. Sengun's doubled. Van Vleet out to Bullock. To the corner for Jashawn Tate. And he hits. So the threes are working for the Rockets. And the twos are working for us. But unfortunately, the more threes you score, you're going to outdo the twos. Oh my god. Cam Johnson got to stop handling the rock. Seriously, Watford will pull the trigger. And he will hit. And he stares down the Rockets bench. 38-37. And a bunch of net starters getting ready to check back in. Van Vleet the pass. Thomas read the pass. He got in the way and he's going to push the pace himself. Gets into the paint. Foul. And it's going to be 2 shots and Tate will pick it up. But that is great. Oops. Great assertiveness by Cam Thomas. And we will get our first free throws for the night. Now the key stat here is before that Pelicans game, Cam Thomas was like 9 of 17 from the free throw line in 4 games. So he's got to make these free throws in a couple of games where he has not been able to score 5 quarters without a point. He's got to make it, and it goes down. So that'll be good to see. And we have 4 starters checking back in. Cam Johnson was already in, but he will go to the bench and exit. So it's Dinwiddie, Claxton, Finney-Smith, and Bridges all in. Johnson to the bench. Dayron to the bench. O'Neal to the bench after some good minutes. And I believe Watford also to the bench. So he's also played some really, really good minutes. And I don't know why we don't use him more. Thomas makes both. Gets us to 40 points. And we haven't really even reached the halfway point of the second quarter. For context, we hit 34 points. 34 points in the first half against the Pels. So, serious improvement. Dinwiddie, good help defense, and he knocked it away from Sengun. Dinwiddie to the corner for Finney-Smith. Back out to Dinwiddie. Thomas. Oh, he's got way too much space. He's going to pull the trigger. Doesn't get the bounce. And it's going to be Nets ball. Claxton does well with his fight on the glass. We saw he had 10 rebounds in 9 minutes in the first quarter. So Claxton is causing major issues. The Nets already have 7 steals. 7 steals. So as much as our defense in the half court is really dodgy, the fact that we're able to stop them at times has been a good sign. Finney-Smith, 4 to shoot. Gotta shoot it. Bridges, shoot it. 3. It's off. And a rebound by Tate. It was just a little bit short. Jabari Smith. Picked up by Dinwiddie. Sengun again. Dinwiddie comes over to help. It's good rotation. And, well, that was well short by Jabari Smith. But they get another chance. The miss was that bad and they got the long rebound. Green into the paint. Has Claxton on him. The kick out to Smith. They drive. It's good defense. Clacks the block. Sengun blocked again. Bridges gets it ahead. Why do you pass it there, you idiots? Oh my god. What a fucking donut, Mikal. Oh my god. Clax is also down. But he's getting up. I don't know what was going on off the ball. Apparently, I think there's a technical being called for Sengun. I'm confused what just happened. Oh, that is a flop. Flax, that is a huge block, bro. And they're going to challenge that, I think. That is the... I don't even care if that's to our benefit. That has to be the softest foul I've ever seen called. And I'm not a Rockets supporter, but I am well and truly saying, Clax, you have flopped. That is a flop of great amounts. What the fuck is Mikal doing, though? Why does every time he think he's got to launch it half court when he can't even handle the basketball in the half court? Why does he think he can launch a fucking pass 50 feet to a guy on the run that fucking is prone to tripping over his own feet? So shit, Mikal. So pathetic. Well, all we needed to do was just bring that up slowly, man. We just needed to bring it up slowly. Like, actually take advantage of the defensive stop. JV is playing players as if someone has said something. What do you mean? I mean, there had to have been something said post New Orleans because we definitely are playing harder than the previous game. But the JV's probably hearing a little bit of the external at this stage because the losses mount, the pressure builds. You know, things have to change. Good on him for playing a bit of Watford minutes because we needed him. I don't know why we don't play Watford more often. You can play Watford at the 4 on defense, but you can play him at the 1 on offense. And they just play spot-up shooters. Cam Thomas, Lonnie Walker when he comes back. It's a no-brainer. Okay, so we're just getting a technical. That's a pretty fucking soft foul. That is a soft foul, and Sengun's been hit with a tee. So, final 5 minutes about to be breached. The net's up 3. Bridges at the line. We've only had 2 free throws prior to this one. The third is off. How many technical free throws are you gonna miss, Mikal? Seriously. Oh my, you cannot make this shit up. Every single time, Mikal. Every time. We could have been up by potentially 6. Instead, in the last minute of game time, he's turned the ball over and missed a technical free throw. Now allowed an open 3, and Van Vleet hits it from about 8 feet behind the line. That's absolutely cracked. Every single time we play a team with Van Vleet on it, he always cooks. Every single time. Dinwiddie, Finney Smith will drive, and he travelled. I swear to God, if you let this slip away in the final 4.5 minutes and don't get buckets because you can't look after the basketball, you're going to be livid. Van Vleet maneuvers through. O'Neal is guarding him tightly on the perimeter, and you have to because he has not missed. Sengun scores in the mid-range, and that's too easy. And it's a 2-point lead. So, quick turn of events has seen us trail now. Dinwiddie in an ISO. I beg you don't shoot the 3. Drive it. Shoots a 3 instead. And he is fouled. And Sengun is also down. And he's holding his leg. Slow to get up. He's flexing it a little bit. And he's okay. He's walking it off. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's got to hurt. So 3 shots for Spencer Dinwiddie, and he makes the first one there. So 42-41. Nets can retake the lead here. Fair to say it's been a far better defensive half by the Nets than we witnessed for quite some time. That New Orleans game was so bad. We're in this one, but Dinwiddie, bro, the amount of missed free throws that we have had in the last few weeks has just been intolerable. 4 of 6 tonight. Cam Thomas getting ready to close out the half as he is sitting at the scorer's table. Van Vleet gets into the mid-range. He's got Bridges on the back shoulder. Now Sengun will shoot, and there was no help defense, and JV was clapping on the bench, and it's fair to say that no amount of encouragement was able to get us a good defensive set. Finney Smith is open. He's got to hit that. Bro, how many misses? How many misses, Doe? 1 of 8 from the outside, and I reckon 6 of those have been wide open. They try to find Sengun again, but Clax read it, and now Dinwiddie will push. How do we not capitalize on the transition possession? We do. O'Neal from the outside. He has almost been our best player in the entire half. No cap. Vleet just kicked it off his foot, and that was, well, it wasn't a lapse. It was just a little bit of misfortune. The Rockets, I believe, are calling a timeout. We lead by 1, and in the final 3 minutes, this is a good place to be going into the half, but we've got 3 minutes to play. The half has not arrived yet. So let's have a look at the box score and see where the Nets have had impact. We've been able to get stops on the inside. The three-point shooting is problematic. But, bro, Royce O'Neal, man. Royce, 12 points, and, well, he shot it efficiently. He's also had 2 steals. He's been really good for the Nets, and he's played the most minutes of any net off the bench. And it's, well, we saw last game the importance of the wings actually scoring, and Finney Smith has had 11 shots. If he could have at least hit half his threes, we have a huge advantage going into the second half, because he has been left alone time and time again from the outside, and he just has not been good enough to hit. I think he's actually getting overwhelmed by the space he's gotten, and maybe he's been plagued by the sort of shit that happened last game where he couldn't buy a bucket either. Trendon Watford, great minutes off the bench, 5 points, a couple of rebounds and a dime. Dayron only played the 8 minutes, but he was good off the bench. And then, well, this is the issue. The starters, bro. How on earth do the starters, who are currently all in the game right now, how are we going to get points if the starters can't even fucking score a bucket? At this point, I would honestly be looking for the switch and find Claxton under the basket, because early on he was absolutely cooking in that respect. Way too few shots taken by Mikal. Cam Thomas also has not made a bucket. He had not made a free throw last game either, so the 2 free throws he's made today are the first points he's experienced in 6 quarters. So, you know, it's been one of those sort of runs for him. The Rockets have gotten 14 from Vleet, who was not missed, and Sengun's only got the 9 points. So they really haven't had much else outside of that. But yet again, the shooting is through the roof. It is a huge plus that we've only kept him to 6 free throws, 2 offensive rebounds, and forced 10 turnovers on the back of us having 8 steals and 4 blocks. It's been superb. It's been superb, the defensive performance in that respect. In the half court, when we don't get a steal or a block, it's very dodgy, but, yeah. You know what's staggering? We continue to have huge assist games, and that's understandable for a team who have got a lot of spot-up shooters, no clear number 1. So, every game this year, 20 or more assists. We actually had more than 20 last night when we scored 85 points. Bridges, man, what is that? 1 of 6 from the field. That looked awful on the release. Sengun to Green. Pass to Vleet. Good rotation to the corner. That's excellent defense. Excellent. Sengun in the middle. Shoots and scores. Yet again, good defensive rotation, but the man in the middle, we do it for 22 seconds. Well, on that occasion, 17 seconds. What a letdown. We are not going to win a game of basketball if Cam Thomas and Mikal are combining for 5 points in a half of basketball. It's that simple. It's actually amazing that we have played such a good defensive game, but our 2 clear leaders on the offensive front have not rocked up. And they need to rock up desperately. Claxton, the good finish, and the good pass by Cam Thomas to tie things at 47 apiece. And we're about to enter the final 2 minutes of the first half. It's Jalen Green who will look for Tate, who will fake the handoff. He'll get into the paint. It's good defense. And Cam Thomas was able to force the shuffle, and Jayshawn Tate is hit with the turnover. So 11 turnovers in the half. So 2 minutes to play. The Nets can retake the lead. Cam Thomas will bring the rock up. And now Dinwiddie. So no Johnson or Finney-Smith to close the half. O'Neal is the 4. Thomas will get into the paint. He'll shoot on the baseline. No, he'll pass to Claxton. And now O'Neal up top to the corner for Bridges. The 3. That rattles out as well. Mikal has been absolute shit. He has been dog water. Van Vleet, the bounce pass to Sengun. He shuffled Claxton out of the way. That's good brute strength. And he gets him back up too. Thomas will drive out to Bridges. The pass was a little bit dodgy, but he gets it back to Cam Thomas. No worries. And now Thomas in the mid-range. He gets one up and he misses that as well. Take it to the cup. Bridges and Thomas have been shooting mid-ranges since the beginning of time. Van Vleet on the perimeter. Thought about the 3. He's going to drive, get into the mid-range, the kick out to Jabari Smith. Dinwiddie does well. That's an absolute prayer of a 3, and it grazes the rim. So good defense by the Nets. Got to close out this half strongly. And it starts with a good selection of a shot. Thomas, the kick out to Bridges, shoots. I reckon his toe was on the line, but he hits. And it's going to be deemed a 3. So Nets up 1. And Jalen Green just lost it out of bounds. He let the ball roll and Mikal Bridges came over and pressed him, and Green wasn't able to pick it up off the deck. So Claxton will go to the bench for the final 37 seconds of this half. I presume he's on 3 fouls, or I presume that we want to make that adjustment with Sengun seeming to do a little bit better in the last couple of minutes on the interior, and Clax doesn't seem to have an answer. So Dayron, a bigger body, will help in that respect. We can go 2 for 1. Thomas the drive. The reverse, it was partially blocked. Dayron saves it. Bridges, O'Neal, Dinwiddie bypasses. The kick out to Thomas. He gets past the closeout. The layup. And that's off. Oh my God. Thomas, bro, Cam and Mikal, there is a lid on that rim. Seriously. Now, they hold for 1. We did everything right with that possession, but good rim protection by Sengun. Van Vleet for 3. It's off. Dayron on the board. And we're going to go into the halftime break with a lead. And I'll tell you what, as much as the offense stunk and some of our most important players stunk, it has been the lesser lights that have allowed us to get this lead, and it's been done with the more intangible stuff, the defensive end. 50-49 we lead. And it's fair to say we've dug in this first half. We scored 28 second quarter points, but it could have been a lot more. Really good signs, though. Really good signs going into the second half. And if we play with the same method, we win the game. But it's going to be very hard to replicate what we just did in that first half. But that is the sort of defensive performance that we should have been seeing for ages, man. It really is a two-man wrecking crew for the Rockets. They've got Sengun and Van Vleet combining for 28. No other player has more than 5 points. They've only taken 7 free throws. They're not shooting those particularly well either. But what's keeping them in the game is the three-point shooting yet again, because 50% shooting again. They're being really good in that respect. On the interior, they are less, well, they're basically shooting the same percentages, but relative to the position on the court, it's not as good as they would like. Only the 2 offensive boards, they've had 12 turnovers, which is actually an incredibly good number for us, because sometimes we don't even force half those turnovers in a game. Like, there's been games where we've only forced 6 turnovers in a game. We've forced 12 and a half. And let's have a look at where the Nets have gotten it right. We've had 8 steals and 4 blocks. The rebounding number is very similar. The free throw number is very similar. The threes we're getting outdone with at the moment, but we have 10 extra shots. That is why we lead. And that is off the back of those extra offensive rebounds and off the back of, well, far less turnovers. Clax has got 8 and 10. He only added 2 points to his box score totals. Finney Smith has taken way too many threes. He's the only player in the entire game with, well, double figures when it comes to shots. Mikal has been abysmal, but he's got 2 threes, so I guess that helps when a lot of other guys can't buy the buckets. But Royce O'Neal, got to give this guy a round of applause because he is single-handedly keeping us alive in this game. 12 points, 5 of 7, 2 steals. Watford even off the bench has been good. Dayron's been good. Cam Thomas, bro, he's 0 of 17 in his last 2 games. He has not scored a bucket in 6 quarters and he's taken 17 shots. You know how difficult that is to do? I guess the plus is he is second in the team for assists. He's got 4, and he's also got 1 steal as well. So it's good to see he's doing some other things, even though he cannot score the basketball. He's got to focus on that in the second half because, yeah, we're gonna need it. We're gonna need it. Especially if he can't score, he's got to help free up the shooters. There's been a lot of open shots. You know, we've had 22 threes. It was good to see in the second quarter we saw us score 6 more points 5 more points in that quarter. The 3-pointers went down. We ended up taking, I think, only 8 or 9 in that quarter compared to like our 14 in the first quarter. So that's a positive. The turnovers would like us to perhaps be a little bit more careful because there's been a couple very easily preventable turnovers, but the defense is exactly what I've wanted to see for ages. The offense is going to be the big thing in the second half. You cannot have Mikal and Cam Thomas combined for 2 of 14 from the field and score 8 points combined. It's just not going to happen. Add Finney Smith into the mix, who has had about 6 wide open threes. He's only made 1 of his 8 total threes. And you've got the recipe for a team who probably could have scored 20 more points but haven't. So, as a result, the Rockets are in this game, and we're going to well and truly have to work for it in the second half. Would you be okay if the team were to blow this up, as it seems we're going to be in no man's land for the foreseeable future? I'm not, like, it depends on the move. There's got to be some context about it. Like, we've got to be considerate of us not owning our own picks. We still got to remain competitive as possible. So the fact we're in no man's land is sort of okay, but it's sort of not. We've got to try to do 2 things at once and future-proof whilst also remaining competitive, which is a bit of a tough thing to do, but there are so many players on this team that could net good returns. There's players that aren't playing now that definitely could have a good impact. You know, start a rebuild around Cam Thomas. Is that something feasible? It's definitely feasible. It's just if we want to go in that direction. If Sean Marks wants to take the team in that direction. I'm not so sure if that is the right option, depending on the players around him and the coach, because I think the coach is a big thing with Cam Thomas. I think for sure it's a big thing. Alrighty. So we lead, and it's fair to say that I did not see that coming. I didn't see this defensive performance coming. I didn't foresee it for sure. Yeah. So Mikal and Cam Thomas, I'm not putting Spencer Dinwiddie in the mix because I mean Spencer's only taken the 4 shots, the 3 shots. And to be honest, he's had 2 steals, 5 assists. I don't think Spencer's actually been that bad. Um, yeah. Um, I think it's really got to be a confidence thing. I have not seen enough. I haven't seen enough assertiveness from those guys. Yeah. We've got to shoot the 3 ball better. There's been a lot of open looks. We've got to get the scoring from those guards. Today, the defense, I cannot say anything wrong about it because the defense has been grouse. Cam Thomas, yeah, is doing a good job of facilitating though, for sure, for sure. Okay, Flax has been good. He's got a lift in the second half though, and we've got to honor him as well. Um, all right, come on, lads. Big second half ahead. What are your expectations going into the second half? I'm interested to hear. I don't think we will get what we were offered before for Mikal. Well, the report today was that we're not offloading him, so it's as simple as that. We're not offloading him. Um, I don't want to get rid of him either. I am not an advocate for trading him. I just think he's in a well, he's got to be a little bit more confident in himself, and Cam Thomas as well seems like he's lost it a little bit. Um, on the shooting front, he's got to stop taking the middies. We'll actually have a look at where the shots have come up for the Nets. Look how many shots above the break. Look how many shots have been taken from above the break, and we know that Finney Smith and Bridges are corner 3 snipers, right? They should be sitting in the corners. Finney Smith only 1 3. Bridges has taken a couple threes, and Finney Smith has taken 1 there. On this side, Bridges has taken 1. So Finney Smith has accounted for a large portion of these top of the key. On the inside, a lot of good makes on the inside. Not too many mid ranges, but you'd like to see Mikal, Cam Thomas, Mikal, Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas. A lot of mid-ranges by those two just are not falling. So Cam's got to try to take it inside. And look, if Cam Thomas can't get the make, he's got to exploit the fact that we've had so many paint points because our bigs have been superb with their presence. He's got to look to feed it. If he can't score the ball, if he can't score more than 5 points in this game, he's got to look to get 10 dimes. He's got 4 at the moment. If he's going to get the bulk of responsibility, especially with that bench, we've got to see some cohesion with Dayron or Clax, whoever that is. So, like we saw, Cam Thomas lobbed it up to Claxton in the second quarter. That was a great dime. There's been a couple times he's found an open man, top of the key, as well, having attracted multiple defenders. I've always had success with the stop chant. Might be an idea to employ a rebuild chant. Well, if we employed that chant, we'd be doing that for 15 years because it seems like that's how long it's taken for this team to rebuild and end up in a spot of mediocrity. So another 15 years before we get to the point we want to be. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well if you are new. We'll be back for Nets versus Thunder in a couple of days' time. So we will be streaming the full thing of that. I mean, if I am going to see this sort of performance, defensively, then I'm going to be excited for it. But, you know, like the rotations have been much better. The help defense has been good. We've just looked more reactive, more awake to it. The three-point shooting is a little bit of a problem, but I do think that if we get it out of the shooters' hands that we don't want to have the basketball, for example, Van Vleet, who's been on an absolute heater in that first half, then, you know, then I think we're going to be okay. But that's been a really good first half. From a defensive standpoint, yes. What is Spencer doing on the bench? Actually do something, buddy. He's just sitting on the side. What the fuck? Everyone else is doing shoot around and he thinks he's too good for it. Get up, Spencer. But I want to see Clax. Or sorry, not Clax. Well, I want to see Clax be far more assertive because he's had a quality first half. But we need to see that same assertiveness. The players that are facilitating need to honor him as well and recognize that he is going to be a brute force. I think the Rockets have made the adjustments so they don't get those mismatches on a regular basis, but we've got to look to find him. And I said this like last game, I think. I want to see Clax as a point center at times, and sort of challenge Sengun a little bit. If Clax is taking the basketball downhill, he's got a bit of agility and pace about him. He's got post moves, so give him a bit of an opportunity. Give him an opportunity. To, you know, take a few more touches and hold Sengun a little bit accountable because he's had to hold... Like, we haven't held him accountable because he's been sagging off and playing drop. And if Finney Smith can't hit those threes, then I would be more than obliged, or I'd feel more than obligated to play O'Neal for the best part of 20 to 25 minutes in this game. He's got to play at least 15 minutes, O'Neal, because he's been our best. He's been our best. So we need to bring the same energy defensively in the second half. We can't have a fall off. If we wake up on the offensive side, if our two main leaders, our two main scorers actually decide we're going to show up today, then we will win this game. For sure. But right now, we're just shooting ourselves in the foot, man. And it's our key players who are doing it. They need to wake up. Wake up. Alrighty. So, here we go. Second half about to begin. Come on, lads. Please. Please get the dub. Please get the dub. Are we taking less threes this game? No, we've taken 22 and Finney Smith has taken 8 first half threes. Come on, lads. You've done the work in the first half. You've just got to finish the job. It's that simple. So Dinwiddie will bring it up to start the second half. Claxton. Looking. Hand off to Finney Smith. Switch. Bridges going to receive up top. He's got 4 to shoot. Bridges. Going to drive. Get into the paint. Finney Smith. Why? Okay, well, at least we got a miss off. But Bridges, how do you start the second half with a shot clock violation? Too much ISO. We got into the set way too late. So Green will pass the Sengun for their first offensive possession of the second half. Got a few cutters, bit of movement off ball. Now the lane opens up and Sengun drives and scores off the window for 2. And they get the lead back early to start this second half. In the corner for Johnson, who only took 2 shots. Bridges is open up top and he hits. Top of the key. That's a good start. Good start from the field. Bridges didn't put up a shot on the shot clock violation, so that's why I'm saying a good start. Sengun, the turn. Picks up his dribble. Out to Jalen Green. Now the screen being used. Step back three over Dinwiddie. That's off. It hits back iron. The rebound and the Nets need to capitalize on these misses. Bridges. Screen. Finney Smith. Drives on Sengun. Layup is good. Doe's got to keep doing that. He's shooting well on, inside the arc. Doing well inside the arc, but from the perimeter, he's been absolutely ropes. So, it's better to go downhill. 3 of 4 inside the line. 1 of 8 from 3. Dorian Finney-Smith. So, he scores his first bucket of the second half. Green the bounce pass to Sengun. Goes down low. Too easy. Too easy. Looks like they're going to play through Sengun in the second half. Dinwiddie to Bridges. The screen set. And it's going to be a foul on Jabari Smith. It was a pretty soft one, but it's going to be called a foul nonetheless. And it will be Nets on the side. Resuming at the 10-12 mark. So Mikal. Finney Smith. Bridges. Drive. Foul. 2 shots. Tate will be the guilty party. And it's 2 shots for Mikal. So only the 6 free throws for the Nets in the first half. They'll take 2 here. Tate is 3 personals. Mikal at the line to shoot a couple. I wouldn't be opposed to an early sub to send Dayron into the game to see if you can hold Sengun accountable. Bridges at the line made the first, and the second free throw is good. So Mikal has already doubled his points total, basically, from the first half in 2 minutes. Green. Sengun up top. Trying to hand it off to Van Vleet. That's great defense by Mikal. Jabari Smith will drive, pick up his dribble. And where was the foul there? That is an absolutely rubbish foul. That was incredibly soft. Same as the other side of the ball on the previous sequence. So Smith at the line will look to cut it back down to a single possession. The first free throw is good. The second free throw. That one's good as well. Alright, so the Nets lead by 2. Gonna get into a set. Dinwiddie to Bridges. Hand off to Johnson, who's only taken the 2 shots in this one. 1-2 with Finney Smith. Finney Smith up top to the corner for Dinwiddie. Smith just rolled off, and Dinwiddie knocks it down from the corner. Thank you very much. Dinwiddie, the less dribbles you take, the more buckets we get. We are up 5. That is the biggest lead of the game. And then Jalen Green with a nice, nifty move to score over Claxton to cut it to 3. Johnson, Finney Smith, Johnson, back to Finney Smith. Open 3. I'm convinced you got to get O'Neal in. Bro, he's 1 of 9. How many threes wide open are you going to lose? Clax with the help defense block. Dinwiddie, Finney Smith, Bridges. Good rotation, and Bridges just fell over. And it's going to be a foul on Jalen Green. Good help defense by Clax there. Didn't even allow it to get up. Clax is absolutely destroying today. He is asserting his dominance. He's got 3 blocks. I think he's got a steal in there as well. He's got double-digit rebounds. He's pushing double-digit points as well. Bridges to Clax. Mikal on the outside. Thomas is in early. So Finney-Smith to the bench. Johnson. Lob. Oh! Oh! That was an excellent flush by Clax. Filth. We're playing... Oh, this is... I don't know about this lineup. Johnson at the 4. We know how much we get cooked on defense. Sengun is fouled again going up. So Sengun at the free throw line for 2 more. So we kept him off there in the first half. But in the second half, they have gotten to the free throw line quite a bit. They basically doubled their free throw count already. So we cut it back down again. First free throw is good. So, 1 more free throw to come here for Sengun. And 2 makes. So Dinwiddie will bring it forward. 5 on the floor for the Nets. Dinwiddie, Thomas, Bridges, Johnson, Claxton. Johnson in the corner, back to Dinwiddie. Drive. Dinwiddie out to Thomas. 8 to shoot. Bridges on the wing. He goes down the middle. Gets one up. Oh, that is tough with the right hand over multiple defenders. Bridges has woken up. Van Vleet. Sengun, the drive. Nearly lost the ball. Good defense. The kick out to Smith. The spin, the kick out. Van Vleet swings it to the wing. Green over Thomas. Oh my god. Yet again, bro. Cam Thomas, the guy contesting that one. You just knew. You just knew. Johnson. Step back 3. That's off. That's a terrible shot. Early offense. Green behind the back. Van Vleet transition 3. That's good. And they're up by 1. Just like that. It's just a terrible shot, CJ. It's just a terrible shot. It's just a terrible shot. No 2 ways about it. Oh my god, bro. The 3-pointers, like, of all the things that we're fixed, like, for all the things that we're fixed up, how is the 3-point perimeter defense so shit? It's just like, it's the same thing, bro. The same fucking thing. Johnson's got 4 dimes, which is probably his season high. Cam Thomas has got 5 dimes and he's only got the 2 points, so I guess facilitation's pretty good for him. Dinwiddie's got 7. Bridges has gotten his efficiency up. He was 2 of 6 at the half. He's now 4 of 10 and he's been to the free throw line a bit. Finney-Smith is 1 of 9, bro. I would have brought in O'Neal over Thomas. Seriously, I would have brought in O'Neal over Thomas. If you're going to bring Cam in, like, play Dinwiddie. Like, take Dinwiddie off and then bring him on, stagger him. Because O'Neal's been really good. I want to see these Watford minutes as well. 3-point percentage is lifted to start the second half. We've gotten to the line a little bit. The Rockets, though, they've gotten 20 from Sengun. Van Vleet's still shooting it well. Jalen Green's gotten up to 8 points. So they continue to shoot above 50% from the field and 3. It's like, what can you do? Like, we've forced 12 turnovers, but you're going to get absolutely annihilated if you keep giving the threes up, man. And the free throw number has started to increase. They have now taken 11. At halftime, they had taken only 7. So clearly going at a higher pace than they were in the first half. All right. So after the timeout, Thomas, Johnson, didn't see the others. So Dayron is in, and that's the only sub. So Claxton to the bench. Dinwiddie was open. Johnson was also open. Oh my god, bro. That couldn't be a better look. Couldn't be a better look. Sengun on the outside. The spin. Dayron, good defense, but wow, that is a tough shot by Sengun. He's taken charge in this second half, man. 10-2 run for the Rockets. Got to score. Got to score. Johnson, the drive, lost the ball and saved by Smith, but no, Smith was on the line. So 67-64. We cannot let this game get away. Are we getting a challenge here? They're challenging it looks like, to see if they're going to get the ball back. It was knocked away by Cam Johnson. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well if you are new. We'll be back here in a couple of days for Nets versus Thunder. So, yeah, that is the situation as it currently stands. 64-67. All right. Box score check. Man, Sengun, bro, is cooking. 9-12. And the Nets, I mean, we've gotten 3 plays in double figures. I would like to see Royce on the court ASAP. Johnson has not had a good start to this second half. He's taken 3 shots, missed all of them. We've missed our last... How many? No, we started the second half well from 3, but now it's just fallen off a little bit. Turnovers, haven't really forced any of those in the first half of this second half, third quarter, whatever you want to say. Yeah. Don't really know if I'm so sure about what we're producing at the moment in the second half, because we have not gotten... Well, we're getting stops, but the points, man, we've only had... we've had 14 points. No. How many points have we had? We've had 14. Yeah, 14. Shipped off 18, though. So right now, you're seeing what happens when we can't force turnovers. The defense is shit in the half court when we don't get a steal or a block and force a turnover. So it's fair to say that when we're contesting, our shot contesting is awful. That's basically what it's telling me. It feels like things have been easier for Sengun in the second half, being far more assertive. All right. Let's have a look. Yeah, Jabari Smith saved it. That's a good challenge. So the Rockets will bring it up through Tate. Now Sengun on the outside. The screen. Sengun. Oh my god, bro. Every fucking sequence, they just pass it to him. We've got to have someone help him out, bro. Dayron's just... Oh my god. Been far more assertive in this second half. Watford is on. Thomas is off. So they've gone on a good run in the middle part of this third quarter. O'Neill is also in. So Watford, O'Neill, Dinwiddie, Bridges, Dayron. Sengun misses the second and the board for Dayron. So Dinwiddie will bring it up. And he's going to use Bridges up top. The screen by Sharp. The drive by Bridges. He's doubled. Watford. The drive. The Euro. The kick out. Dinwiddie. Pump fake. Drive. The runner. And he's fouled by Smith. And it's going to be 2 shots. I don't know why Dinwiddie didn't go further and did that piss weak floater bullshit on the baseline. But it's going to be 2 shots. And yep, Smith just jumped into him. So 2 shots for Spencer. Got to make these. Both teams in the bonus now. Dinwiddie makes the first. Thompson is back in for the Rockets. Smith to the bench. Oh my god. Spencer makes 1. Spencer Dinwiddie and going 1 of 2 from the line couldn't go more hand in hand. Dayron on the outside again. He's got Sengun to contest again. Sengun drives. The double arrives. Van Vleet picked up by Bridges. 2 to shoot. 1 to shoot. It's in. Oh my god. 23 seconds of good basketball, 1 late rotation later, and we can see 3 points. If only you got rewarded for playing 22 seconds of good defense. O'Neill the drive. The layup is off. Dayron the board. Gotta shoot it. Gotta shoot it. Bridges! It's off. Rebound. Oh my god, bro. And it's gonna go up the other end. They get free throws because it's a loose ball foul. Don't know why Watford didn't pull the trigger on the 3 with like 4 seconds to shoot. Fucking idiot, bro. This third quarter, it's just fallen off again. The defense has sucked. 23 points to the Rockets in the quarter. Always one quarter that undoes us. Every single time. Sengun makes the first. Dayron will go to the bench with 4 personals. Lax is in. Got to go back to basics now. Cannot get stops, bro. Defensively, we're being traffic cones again. Sengun made the first, made the second. And it's back. Well, it's up to 9. I don't think it's been this deficit all game long, so got to really dig in now. Claxton, Bridges, Watford, hand off to Bridges, shoots the mid-range. Thompson will drive. Sengun's open. We just allowed it, and he bricked it. Rebound Bridges. Dinwiddie, dodgy pass. Dinwiddie nearly lost it out of bounds. He's going to shoot a 3, and he knocks it down right in front of the Nets bench. That was not a great possession, but I guess if it goes down, it goes down. And what a useless fucking foul, Spencer. What a useless foul. That is a joke of a foul, bro. Fucking idiot, Spencer. Seriously, what a useless, careless 2 points to give away. More free throws for the Rockets. They had 7 the whole first half. They're going for their 8th and 9th free throws in this, well, sequence right here. They make the first. Second free throw for Tate is good. Back up to 8. Got to go on a late quarter run here. I don't want to go into three-quarter time trailing by this much. Spencer to Watford. He's going to drive and kick it out to O'Neal. The screen set by Watford. And now O'Neal has got Sengun picking him up with 6 to shoot. Bridges, O'Neal, shoot the 3. It's off. Long rebound, Van Vleet. Thompson will push. Got to get a stop here. Van Vleet. Looking for Sengun again. Oh my god, what is that? Green was open. Very lucky. There was barely enough power on it to get it close. That is a careless pass again, bro. We get a stop and we're going to blow it here. It's going to be 2 shots. I think Watford, it looked like he brought him down on purpose. But he was just trying to, I think he was trying to brace the fall. It's going to be reviewed. Fuck off if it's a flagrant. Seriously. Seriously. What's changed since the beginning of the season? Why is this happening now and not from the beginning of the season? The offense is finally regressing to the mean. That is the problem. The defense has always been shit. Now the offense is stinking it up and actually regressing to the mean. We know Sean wants to compete, so we can't keep losing. Expect a trade soon. I would expect something to happen. Watch them give this a flagrant. Fuck off, bro. I swear he went to, like, help him brace his fall, but... Because he's grabbed his arm, and it looks like he's just tugged him down, but it's... I would have thought he's doing that to stop the fall. They'll upgrade it. Watch them do it. Watch them upgrade it. Here we go. Okay. It's a normal foul. That's surprising. So it's just going to be 2 shots for Jalen Green at the line. 76-68 the scoreline. So Thomas is back in. Johnson is back in. So 2 free throws. The first is good for Green. Now they've started to get the free throws up and, you know, we just have gone completely away from everything that went right in that first half. Not doing anything nearly at the rate we were doing it at in the first half on the defensive side. And our offense just has suffered. So the Rockets up 77-68. We need to go on a little run to end the quarter. They've gone on an 18-4 run in the last 4 minutes. Claxton. Oh my god, bro. Claxton hits Sengun on the face as he went to push off for the drive. You cannot make this up. That was the most open look you will get. Oh my, that is soft. That is soft as well. Barely fucking touched him. Barely touched him. But they've called a ton of soft fouls today, so I guess you got to make the case for why they called it. Van Vleet in a switch. He's got Cam Thomas on him. Drive. Oh my god, bro. What is that bullshit foul? Oh my god. This is the problem with... This will be their 12th and 13th free throws of the quarter. And I can guarantee you, we haven't even gotten close to that. Van Vleet, that one rattles off. So they're letting us off here with a few missed free throws. Only up 9. And he makes the second. So double figure lead. What's going on? Shot clock issue. We've scored 4 points in 4.5 minutes. 4 points in 4.5 minutes. Where the bucket's going to come from, because Cam hasn't scored a bucket. Watford drives. Oh my god, he didn't get the push shot to go. I don't know why we have not fed Clax in this quarter. Like, we just have not been aggressive enough. That 3 by Whitmore is good. 13-point lead. JV, the professional clapper, is going to tell them you're doing everything right, but you're just not scoring. Well, no, you fucking idiot. We've conceded 32 points in the quarter. And we've scored 18. We've been shipping them off. Every single game, there is always one quarter. Always one quarter, bro. Just the same shit. Every single game. It is always the third quarter. I tell you what, I want to see the point differential for our third quarters compared to any other quarter, because I swear to God, it is every single game. We have a good first half. Then in the third quarter, everything falls off a fucking cliff because no changes have been considered or made. We had not had a timeout for God knows how long, and he's allowed us to score 4 points in 5 minutes of action. Like, seriously, how has Clax only taken 5 shots, bro? 5 shots. 5 shots. He's taken 1. He's gotten 1 rebound in 2 quarters as well. There's just no way that this keeps on happening, bro. It's just like, I don't understand. It's just, I cannot fathom why this team sucks. Bro, Cam was open under the basket. We couldn't even pass it. We're passing up wide open threes. So much wrong. Johnson misses the 2. Can't get the rebound. Thompson pushes it. Euro 2. He's short. He gets the offensive board. Watford fucking hit it to Sengun, but he lost the ball. Very, very fortunate. Now, Johnson will drive and spin. Got rid of Van Vleet and finally scored. That has to be the first time we've actually taken it to the rim in the last 3 minutes. We've settled for threes. We've settled for bullshit short mid-ranges. Sengun on the outside. Trailing by 11. Van Vleet picked up by Thomas on the wing. The drive, the bounce pass was nearly cut off by Johnson, but it wasn't, and thus a wide open 3. It's off. We get the board. Johnson will wait for Nets numbers to get forward because the Rockets are fully back. Johnson, Thomas. Watford, back to Thomas. We need him to score a bucket. He gets under the basket, and he was fouled by Holiday. It's going to be 2 shots for Cam. And, man, the shot just is not falling for him. Everything made difficult. So 2 coming up for CT. So Cam's first free throw is good. Dayron will return to the ball game with 1:20 left in the third, and the Nets trailing by 10. One left. So Cam waiting for the basketball to be handed to Cam. Free throw is good. So 9-point game. I sense that in the final 1:20, if we can go on a little burst where we make a couple buckets in a row and don't give them to the Rockets, then we could be in with a good chance. But that wide open three isn't going to help. Whitmore, another three. It's just wide open threes. We couldn't make those in the first quarter. We're getting punished for allowing them now. Johnson responds with a make, and it was bloody needed because this game can get out of hand very, very quickly, as we've seen time and time again with many Nets games. It's Van Vleet. We're playing zone. Screen. Van Vleet the drive. Pass. Green, dared to shoot. He drives. Got rid of Dayron and doesn't get the roll. Dayron with the board. He'll give it to Thomas, and he will hold for one. Screen by Dayron. The switch sees Cam Thomas picked up by Jeff Green. You have to take it inside. Take it to the lane. Take it to the lane. Cam, drive it. Shoots a step back three instead and misses. It's just trash. It's just so poor. So poor. You have a 37-year-old guarding you, and you tell me you can't take him on. Van Vleet, open three, Thompson. It's in. How fucking brain dead can you be? How fucking brain dead can you be? You allow 38 third quarter points. Now, you may think that I have forgotten what... You may have thought that I forgot what our figures were with steals and blocks at halftime. Well, you believe me, I have not forgotten those numbers one bit. At halftime, 8 steals, 5 blocks. No, 8 steals, 4 blocks. Halftime to three-quarter time. Only 1 steal and 1 block added. The Rockets, they had 12 turnovers at the half. How many turnovers did they have now? 13. It's very simple. I said this at halftime. We don't get a steal or we don't get a block, we cannot contest players for shit. They continue to shoot it well from the field and three, and they also had 13 free throws in that quarter. They had 7 in the entire first half. Everything defensively that we did well in the first half, completely out the window. 38 points conceded, bro. 38. Sengun is 26. Van Vleet's got 18. They've got 9 off the bench from Whitmore. Nearly every bench player has scored a 3. They've hit 15 total. At what point do you say you need to change the fucking scheme? Because seriously, what's not working? It's like everything about the scheme is not working. Everything. What point do you just say enough's enough? We had a good first half, and it has just been completely thrown out the window because defensively we stink. Defensively we stink, bro. It's actually hard to fathom. How can a team be held to 49 points, then score 38 the next quarter? We're just shipping points off for fun, bro. All you can do is shake your head. That's all you can do. If we win this, it's a fucking miracle. Because we can't get stops. That screams issues about your defensive scheme. Once the steals and the blocks dry up, you're never going to have 8 steals per half. You've got to make a change. What are we doing, bro? Mate, why do we full court press? Just allow an easy pass over the top. Nothing is ever difficult. Ever. Bro, Jeff Green is guarding on the perimeter. Why are we not attacking the basket, bro? Every time. We always fall into the same bullshit hole where we continue to shoot threes and mid-ranges, don't get the right shots. Fucking pathetic. Seriously. All round. Bridges. That's a bit of miscommunication. Just allowed an open Bridges 3, but of course, we're the only team that can't make a wide open 3. Every time we allow wide open 3s. Oh, thank God that was a shit layup. Getting it up to 16 early in the last wouldn't be healthy. Watford the Euro. It's off. Where the fuck was the foul, bro? Finney Smith open for 3. It's off. 1 of 10. How many open 3s? There's an open 3. Lucky it's off. Finney Smith. Bridges. Pass to Johnson, who pulls the trigger and hits. That was smooth. Well, we're going to need to see a lot more of that making because 31% from 3. We're allowing 3s at 50%, bro. Intolerable, man. Whitmore or Holiday. That's a terrible layup. Watford will bring it forward. We can get it back to single digits. Johnson gets by. Dunk on the baseline. And it's down to 9. Got to make the run now. Got to make the run now. The Rockets have their basically full bench in. This is where you make the move. Thompson. Back out to Whitmore, who shoots again. And he is off. Good defense by Watford. Dayron will get it to Johnson. And he will drive it all the way. Layup is off. And he didn't get the roll. And now Holiday in transition out to Thompson, who will drive. Oh my God. Bro, toe is so shit. What the fuck would you foul for there? Enough of these soft fouls where you just lightly brush their arm. Bring them down like Watford did before. Where is the foul there? Bro, what an absolute crock of shit. All I've been doing is complaining in this second half. It's just pathetic. They've already scored 43 points. They scored 49 the entire first half. Oh my God. Bridges. Watford. Johnson. On the outside. Good defense by Whitmore. Can't shake him off. Johnson to Dayron. And he scores for 2 as the shot clock expired. And that was, well, I didn't even realize we'd wound down the clock that much. But a make nonetheless. Down 10. Got to get stops. Holiday. Open look again. Very lucky that rimmed out as well. Because that was heavily online. Johnson. O'Neal's open. Top of the key. Johnson will go himself, and it'll be 2 shots. So, you know what? I'm really for this version of CJ because he's been taking it to the cup, which is something we heavily lacked in the third quarter. And that's why the Rockets were able to run out in transition, even though they're not a very pacey team. So, 92-82. Johnson at the line, a shoot a couple. Has to make both. Nothing like the Nets and missing free throws. How many times, bro? I have to rub my eyes because I swear I'm living in a simulation where they just want to see Nets fans complain all the time. He missed both! Bro, this is actually laughable. Your good free throw shooters can't even make a fucking free throw. How embarrassing. Thompson gets into the paint. The kick out was dodgy. Whitmore to Green. We just allowed another open three. All you can do is laugh. All you can do is laugh, ladies and gents. All you can do is laugh. It's just absolutely diabolical. And then O'Neal just knocks it to a fucking rocket. Just threw it right to a rocket. Green the drive. Dayron with the block. Where the fuck did that come from? And now he's open under the basket. And he's fouled. I cannot believe you've got Cam Johnson, who I think is he's a superb free throw shooter, and he can't even make the free throws, bro. Oh my god. Dayron sore shoulder. No, he's got blood on his arm. Never mind. It's blood on his arm. Whoops. Actually pathetic. I need to see what percentage Cam Johnson shoots from the line, because our free throw numbers just absolute shit. Free throw percentages. Here we go. Let's have a look. Here we go. Free throws. In a season, Cam Johnson has never shot sub 80% from the free throw line until this year. I just don't understand why the free throws have been so hard to come by in the last month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So Dayron at the line, please make the free throws. Yes, there's one. So Doe's back in for Cam Johnson. That has to be maybe the dumbest thing he has done, bro. CJ's been decent. I would assume he's going to come back on later in the game. 2 makes by Dayron cuts the margin down to 11. The 3-point, the perimeter defense just has to fix itself up. It's just like hard to fathom. Thompson. Oh my god. Another foul. Another foul on Dayron. Royce wants a challenge. Let's have a look. Oh, hell nah. Hell nah, bro. Challenge it. Challenge it. Oh, there. Fucking hell, Dayron. What a useless... We challenged it. We challenged it. We challenged it. I saw a brush with Dayron's left arm on Thompson. So, just as we were about to get a stop, Dayron does some stupid bullshit like that again. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well if you're new. We'll be back for Nets OKC. Man, this is rough. Down 11 again. It's just the knowingness that we held them to 49 points in the first half. So why have we allowed 46 already in the second half? Time and time again, wide open three after three. The rotation in the first half was far better. In the second half, we're just allowing open looks like it's shooting practice. It's just cringe. It's so cringe. Oh my god. Bro, Cam Thomas, if we look at the period of time from halftime at OKC to halftime now in this game, Cam Thomas was 1 of 25 in 8 quarters, bro. That's 4% from the field, man. That is rough. All right. Well, we're gonna really have to knuckle down here. I don't think we've given Clax enough touches in this um in this game at all. First quarter was absolutely cooking. Since then, rubbish. Been terrible. We were getting so many points in the paint, and now it's just completely gone away from that. What is Royce doing, bro? Why was Royce asked for a challenge and he fucking pushed him in the back. What an idiot. What a joke, bro. Royce, you fucking idiot. The man advocating for the challenge. I didn't even see the push before by Royce. I only saw the Dayron contact. Fucking dumbass, bro. So it's Bridges, Watford, Dayron O'Neal. And I'm not sure who else. So Thompson gonna shoot a couple. Wait, what? How do we won the challenge? We won the challenge, but the call sort of stands. Thompson misses the first free throw. He's actually been really shit from the line. Second free throw was good by Thompson. So we've got 7.5 minutes to make up a dozen deficit. Bridges nearly lost the ball. Watford cut down the middle. Out to O'Neal. Swings it to Finney Smith, who fumbled it off his shoe. Dayron the spin. The hook shot is off. Finney Smith nearly got the follow. And Whitmore secures the rebound. Whitmore to Thompson. Thompson brings it back. Airball on the three. My God. So they're giving him a bit of increased run, the rookie. And fair to say he hasn't been great. We've had 12 more shots. This gives very similar OKC vibes. That has to be... Is that going to be a foul plus a goaltend? No. Yeah, so Jeff Green late on the rotation across, a goaltend, and the Nets take 2 off the deficit. Thompson, Green, other Green, Whitmore, and Jabari Smith, the 5 on the floor for the Rockets. The drive, the double, Whitmore shoots again, and that was a bad miss. And nearly Jabari Smith knocked it off Doe's leg. Royce is open for 3 in transition. That's off. Dayron fights on the boards. We get the offensive board. That's well done. Finney Smith is open. He missed it again. Dayron got thrown out of the way. O'Neal also was there with the rebound. But my God, Finney Smith is shooting disgustingly poor from 3. Looks like it's going to be O'Neal at the line to shoot 2. So Royce makes the first. Cuts it back to single digits. Dinwiddie, Claxton, and Johnson all check in through the game. Finney Smith is off. Dayron is off. And Watford also sits. So, to cut the deficit down to 8. God, how many free throws, bro, are we going to miss? We're in the bonus, though, so we've got to keep exploiting that. Sengun on the outside. He's back in. Green on the wraparound. That's too easy. Don't know where the rollover help was. Dinwiddie got caught on the screen, and it was far too easy. Another wide open mid-range jumper. Johnson. Bounce pass to Claxton. Back to Johnson. Gets in the mid-range. Back to Claxton, who will spin, shoot, and somehow score. That was a nice move. With the left hand. Green on the outside. Bounce pass to Sengun. O'Neal comes over to help. But guess what? Another wide open 3. Every single time, bro. Every time. Every single time. Bridges the drive. Had it knocked away by Sengun. Bridges got it back. Top of the key. That's off as well. And a rebound by Tate. Just rubbish shot selection. Another open 3. And another hit. It is the same fucking bullcrap every fucking game, bro. Why do I keep watching this damn team? With the same damn coach, with the same damn schemes. Bridges another 3 is short. If you can't make the fucking 3, don't shoot it. How many looks? Another open 3, another make. And in 1 minute, they have doubled the lead from what was 9 points. It is now 18. I have no words, bro. 0. If this isn't an indicator that your fucking team sucks, I don't know what is. You want a team that can compete, but you don't have a team that can make fucking jump shots because they take the wrong shots every single damn possession because there's no offensive scheme, and then you make fucking 3s down the other end. It's so fucking rubbish. It's so unsustainable. You see what we did in the first half. You can't get 8 steals and 4 blocks every damn half. I'm not even going to show you the box score because you already know what I'm going to look at because it's the same issues every single time. How many times are you going to make the same mistakes before realizing that you're making the mistakes? Because right now it looks like we're just set up to fail every single time we set foot on that court. Come on now. Really? Really? Cam Thomas can't score. Mikal Bridges also can't score. Dorian Finney-Smith can't make a wide open 3. Royce O'Neal had a good first half, can't score. When can we have a game where everyone plays good? When there's no one towing the party line, when there's no one holding the team back. When is there going to be a game where every team plays well? That is the definition of a team. Every game, it's always someone new. If it's not Bridges, it's Cam Thomas. If it's not Cam Thomas, it's the wings. If it's not the wings, the centers don't rock up. It is so borderline close to me. Just I'm so happy, right? that we are in this position where in a couple of days' time, I won't need to watch this team for a week. Or I will, but only once. And I will wake up early to do it. But like it borderline, like I won't have to watch this team. My eyes can actually be saved. I won't need to bleach them 4 times a week because I have to watch this team 4 times a damn week. The game's over. Why do we run our starters? A 9-0 run in 1 minute, bro. We set up the same play every time out of the timeout. It always works. Is that the only play we know? Pretty convinced we draw that play up every single time when we need a bucket. The problem is you can't make the same play for 5 consecutive possessions. Well, you can if you're defended by the Nets because we don't know how to play defense. 4 minutes to play in this one. Thank God the runs happened later in the game rather than earlier. Cam Johnson will push it. O'Neal is there. He's for some reason dived to the corner when he had an open cut for an easy basket under the basket. Johnson the spin, another terrible mid-range, and the Rockets will slow things down because they don't need to, quite frankly, shoot any irrational shots. Sengun's going to pull the trigger on a 3, and he's going to miss, and he nearly had that one well and truly sewn up. O'Neal is going to send it to the corner for Dinwiddie. Back to O'Neal. The 3 is off. Claxton bats it back out. O'Neal cannot get there. Green, that's knocked off O'Neal, and it's going to go the other way. We have to just move things quick now. Dinwiddie to Claxton. He's not even... Yeah, test him. Misses the hook shot. It's just rubbish, bro. It is just so embarrassing how you can just do this game after game after game after game. You're gonna get found out. You're gonna, like, things are gonna catch up to you. Another open 3. They miss it, but they get an offensive board, and Sengun is blocked. But guess what? It's a fucking foul. Of course it is. Would not be one bit surprised if JV challenges this because there is nothing left to give. Let's have a look at the foul being called. That is just a joke of a foul. There's no foul there. There's just, oh, maybe a jumper tug. That is it. How many times a player's tugged on the jumper? It's just embarrassing, bro. We are going to lose our 11th straight game in 13. Clax has got 5 personals. This team is not this shit. Refuse to believe it. To be frank, it does not help when you've got Bridges stinking up the gaff after a good third quarter, or good start to the third quarter. It's just like the defense yet again, the same crap every time. We've conceded 60 points already in this second half, and we're well and truly on track for more. But the bigger issue is we've only scored 42 second half points. Granted, the points were an issue in the first half, but at least we had the defense to supplement. Bridges the kick out to Wilson, back to Bridges. He's not even taking layups. He's still shooting 3s. Watford surely had his toe on the line. It's going to be called a foul instead, but just got to say, put the Q in the rack. Fucking hell. So fucking annoying. The offense is fucking rubbish. How do you fix it? I've got no bloody idea. I've got absolutely no clue. This whole team is devoid of any form of confidence. That first half was an indicator that we're capable of it, but the second half just backs up how shit we've been for the last 2-3 weeks. We dish up the same performances on a weekly basis where the same players fall into a shooting rut. They kill us, like, We give away a ton of threes in transition because we can't score on the other end, and it's just a recipe for disaster. Everything is a recipe for disaster, man. Something tells me that, like, look, granted, I always knew that earlier in the season, I cut JV some slack, right? I said that this roster is difficult to coach, right? You've got a number of players with chips on their shoulders. You've got a number of players who are known for doing less than what they're being called to do, what they're being asked to do. But that being said, they're good at one specific thing or multiple specific things. It is your job as the coach to be able to capitalize on those things, and find the right rotational mix. 34 games into the year, you should not be working things out. You should have worked things out by now. We're nearly at the halfway point of the season, and it looks like we're well and truly in the trenches. Absolute mess as a team. Can't do anything right. Can't defend and can't score the ball. Can't make free throws. We can only force turnovers for half a game because, granted, it's not sustainable. It's just like, I don't actually know what's worse at the moment, the offense or the defense. I actually think the offense is suffering. Like, I think the offense is the bigger issue. Because at the start of the year, it was fine. We were scoring 120 points a game. Now that we're scoring under 100, it's concerning. Look, the defense has been better, but we could have held this team to under 100 points if we could have just played a very similar defensive performance to what we did in the first half in terms of reactivity. The amount of wide open threes in this second half is unacceptable. And we've used that word way too much recently. Unacceptable. The losing streak's unacceptable. Players not making shots, unacceptable. The defensive lapses, unacceptable. The scheme's unacceptable. At some point, you just have to say, you've got to play some new players. The players that currently are playing are not getting it done for you. You've got to try something else. Because right now, it's shambolic. We trailed by 16. I don't know why O'Neal is in the ball game right now. Like, seriously, give the Rooks some run. Seriously, I would not be opposed to giving the Rooks a crack and just telling them, go out there and play hard. Because seriously, it is absolutely rubbish that we've got players shooting as badly as they did today, and they're able to start next game. It's... What would I do? I'd send Dinwiddie to the bench. I'd start Cam, because what really can you lose? Cam hasn't scored a bucket in... Cam Thomas has not scored a bucket in 2 straight games. That's incredibly difficult for a guy who scored 40 in 3 consecutive games to do. It's actually staggering. It is really incredibly staggering how this is the situation. Wilson gets a steal. This guy needs to play more. He played a bit of the second quarter and then just didn't see any form of action, which is fucking piss poor, to be honest, because he's shown more heart than half the team. And we're going to get another foul. So with 38 seconds left, we can cut it down to 10, but quite frankly, this one is done and dusted and in the books. If you have enjoyed the stream today, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well if you are new. We'll be back here for the Nets OKC game, regrettably. Dayron's missed 3 consecutive free throws as well. If we play like this next watch party, just switch to a classic Carlton Premiership replay at halftime. I can't remember what your smile looks like. Oh, but you're getting it now because the comment was, well, probably needed, to be honest. Anything to forget about this rabble of a team at the moment. How on earth is this team the worst team I support at the moment? I've had... The soccer team I support has been deducted 10 points. and have lost 4 consecutive games. So we haven't won a game in a month there either. And I have more optimism about that team than this one. And my other team isn't even playing because the season's out. We've got 10 seconds to get it under 10 points. And O'Neal's going to drive it and put one up. And still fucking blow the layup. That just sums it up. We cannot score the fucking basketball. And that is it. That is the game. Claxton flopping us, try to get into Sengun's head, but he just got cooked. Well, in the first half, he was good, and he was probably within his right to sort of try ruffle a few feathers. But in the second half, Sengun dominated. The whole team dominated. Ultimately, the game was done and dusted on the back of one quarter. Every single time we lose. It's just ridiculous, man. We let ourselves down with that third quarter because we had played a good first half. It's just ridiculous, bro. We actually outscored them for 2 of the 4 quarters. The only quarter that ultimately separates the 2 teams was the third quarter. We conceded 63 second half points after conceding only 49 in the first half. And I'm going to keep this short and sweet because, yet again, I'm doing the same thing on repeat every single bloody game with regards to what I'm analysing. It's just really tough to get behind. There's very few things you can extract that are a positive. We yet again, I reckon for the 4th time or like 5th time in about 2 weeks, missed double-digit free throws. 10 free throws missed today. Johnson missed 2. Dinwiddie missed 2. Mikal missed 1. Dayron missed 3. O'Neal missed 1. Watford missed 1. We're shooting 43 threes to get them at 30%. Shooting overall sucked. In the first half, we had 8 steals and 5 blocks, and that allowed 12 turnovers to be forced. In the second half, only the 10 steals and 6 blocks by game's end, so 2 steals and 1 block in the half. And then, well, the Rockets at halftime had 12 turnovers. They have 15 for the game. They shot free throws poorly because Eamon Thompson couldn't make them, but look at the three-pointers again, bro. 19 three-pointers made on 39 three-point attempts. It's very simple stuff. We allow wide open 3. They pass the ball to the man that's wide open. They make the 3. It's that simple. And you know what? You're going to get cooked every single game if you keep playing this way. They shot it at 50%. They got 30 from Sengun, who cooked in the second half. They only had 7 free throws at halftime, and they ended with 27. And it was 20 free throws that occurred in the period of the game that mattered. We ended up equaling their total free throw wise, but, you know, the game was done when we got our free throws. Yet again, the starters cook our starters. Cam Thomas has not scored a field goal in 2 straight games. He's actually not scored a field goal in 10 straight quarters. It is that bad. That bad. Mikal, 5 of 18. Finney Smith had 11 first half shots. He actually took... How many shots did he take? I think he took 10 in the first quarter. He ended 1 of 11 from 3. O'Neal at halftime had made 2 threes and had made 5 field goals. In the second half, did not make a field goal. Dayron had 12 rebounds. Watford had 8 boards and 11 points. Didn't miss a 3. I think you have to give him a look in now. Cam Johnson keeps up the efficient scoring streak with 15. And I think he's had like 7 straight where he's scored 15. So he's been really good in this period of time. But Claxton had 6 points and 10 rebounds in 1 quarter. Ended with 12 and 13. That's not good enough either. From multiple players to not get him touches and for him to not be able to maximize what's going on the inside. So just same shit, different day. Spencer Dinwiddie was better. He was more efficient, but he was a part of the group that got annihilated in the second half. Turnovers, we were fine. We had 15 offensive rebounds and they only had 4. And we out-rebounded them by only... Wow, voice crack was crazy. We only out-rebounded them by 4. So, Cam Thomas only going to score 4 points, you're screwed. Mikal Bridges only going to score 15 on 18 shots, you're screwed. No one is going to score more than 15 in the game, you're screwed. Last game, no one scored more than 20. This game, no one scored more than 15. There's no offensive number 1 at the moment. Cam Thomas is devoid of any confidence. Bridges looks hesitant. He's taking way too many mid-range jump shots for my liking. And those 3-pointers, he's pulling the trigger on some really low percentage ones. He's not taking those spot-up threes. So, there you go. That's the game for you. And what more is there to say? What more is there to say? Another game where we fall short again. We had more shots. We had more rebounds. Far more offensive rebounds. But yet again, the shooting and the defense sucks. The defense sucks because the shooting sucks. Or it could be the other way around. It's all interdependent on one another. But another loss, 11 of 13 we've lost. The only 2 wins against Detroit. So if this isn't an indicator that change needs to happen, and it needs to happen fast, then I don't know where the hope can be found, because there is none. There is no reason for anyone to be hopeful at this current stage, because it's clear that we're in a rut. There's no clear signs of it turning around. The one good thing that was going well for us earlier in the year was the offensive side of things, and that's why, even though we were conceding higher numbers, we had the scoring to supplement it and give us wins. Though today and recently, we haven't been able to breach like 110 points, and our defense, bro, has suffered. The three-pointers are going in like crazy. We're not making enough three-pointers on our end. Everything's gone wrong. And you know what? I cannot wait to hear this presser again. Every single game, it feels like we're ticking off the bingo cards with regards to what JV is going to say. We scored over 100. That's got to be a win. Nothing's a win at the moment. All the other teams know how to beat us now. Just shoot more and more threes. Well, we have no ideas on offense. Nothing. It's just... Oh, it is what it is. I'm just going to call it quits here. We will see you in 48 hours, but I think the best therapy you can possibly get after a game like this, or after every game at this point, is forget about it. Forget about the Nets. Forget about going on Twitter Spaces or anything of the sort. Just don't give it a breath. Only watch the games if you need to, and that's it. All right? Have a good one. We'll see you soon. And that'll do it. Bye for now. Whew, that's tough.